It's a fantasy football thing.
Oh, Lee.
Football.
Can't escape this bullshit.
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Welcome to the PoP Fantasy Football 2021 Week 1 recap brought to you by PanelsOnPages.com. I'm Jason Nyes, representing the Gotham Rogues. Joining me this week, representing the Brooklyn Dark Knights, PoP Fantasy Football Commissioner Tito Cruz.
We are live and more real than your augmented reality mascot.
Representing Tell 'em Kelly Eats Band-Aids, PoP Fantasy Football The Wand Commissioner Dan Mahoney.
That augmented reality Raven is downright embarrassing.
What does
Somebody
this even mean? I don't even understand.
Have you not seen it?
I've seen it, but like, is this just an app? People can see it, or what? What is it?
I have
Who knows?
no clue.
They're just doing motion tracking and putting an After Effects 3D model in there, essentially.
I think they hired whoever does that stupid WWE stuff graphics.
Oh, it looks better than that.
I'd pay $3.99 a month for an app that made it so I didn't have to ever see that again. So.
Conspicuous by his absence, representing Cammed If You Do, Cammed If You Don't, Jose Guzman. Hopefully he will be back next week. I'm sure he's watching the Thursday night game tonight, so he would be interrupting our flow to react to the game in real time. And then
Not real time, future time.
Right, future time, but at least Tito is on future time as well. He's a little bit ahead of me. I've got it.
Playing the role of Jose Guzman, the other brown guy. Me.
Yeah, because your Giants are playing, so can't not watch that.
No.
All right.
So there's going to be a lot of cussing during this show.
Oh, no.
So Week 1 is always a crapshoot in the NFL, and the PoP Fantasy Football matchups reflected that as all but one of the matchups were 20-point plus blowouts this week. Speaking of blowouts, it was inevitable that a few teams were hobbled by early injuries. It all makes for an exciting first chapter in the book of PoP Fantasy Football 2021. So let's send it over to Dan Mahoney with our first scoreboard of 2021.
This was a hell of a week, guys. A hell of a week. I mean, I had a resounding victory in my game. Nice. Did you have a resounding victory in your game?
Sure did. Do we want to start with one of those?
I mean, amazing. Like, if you lost your game this week, like, whew, man.
Oh,
Couldn't
yes.
be me.
At least.
Tito, you won, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
Oh, that's a shame.
Fucking
That's a real
Brandon a yuck was off skiing someplace with Goofy.
shame. Oh, let's start with your game, Tito.
All right.
Tito drew the lovely Mary Nyes and her Dagobah Seagulls. And real close.
Yeah.
116.5 to 113.
If I start Marvin Jones, I win. If I start my other flex wideout, I win.
Yep.
The only close game of the week. 3.5 points separated them in the Monday night. Well, after the Monday night game was over.
I feel like you were back and forth, too. I didn't pay enough attention to it, but I think you went back and forth a few times.
At the very least, going into Monday night, Mary was coming from behind, but Tito had nobody left. It was just...
She needed David Montgomery to come through for her to win, and that's what happened.
Yeah, 17.5
for him.
That's exactly what happened. My running backs did jack squat. Fucking Ayuk did nothing. Devontae Adams did nothing because Aaron Rodgers did horrible. So they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, wow.
It's a real shame because you had 38 points out of Patrick Mahomes and 31.5 out of Amari Cooper.
Yeah. I got 11 points from Panthers defense, 11 points from my kicker. Yep. So if I tell you those four numbers, okay, you won. Chances are you won.
Yeah.
Not Tito.
And I mean, 113 is no slouch. Like, that's nothing to balk at. That's a pretty good score.
Right.
So,
I mean, well, if you look at it, he would have beaten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the teams in our league this week with 113 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, would have, should have.
Tough.
Yeah.
That was me last year, losing every week.
Yeah, these are the ones you look back at the end of the year when you need those 1 or 2 wins. And you're like, fuck.
Yep.
Going up against my wife, there's feelings there, of course. But I told my wife, look at it on the bright side. If she were to have lost, it always gives me the joke the next week on the podcast that person beat my wife. We just,
true.
And I'm sure that will happen sometime this season. Someone will beat my wife, and I'll be able to make that joke. So I appreciate it. But I also prefer that she wins because she's much happier. She's very competitive. I don't know if you guys know this about my wife. She's
very competitive.
Yeah. She throws the C word during Fortnite.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this about her husband, but he's also very competitive.
Yes. That too. But I feel like I'm a little more chill about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's do a competition. Who's more competitive?
I love it. Yeah, solid week for Mary. 33 out of Dak Prescott. 18.5 out of Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin's great.
How is he not on Nice's team?
Well, I mean,
we're working on it.
Don't think I don't have Chris Godwin on my watch list. And, I have put it out there, and I will put it out there every week. If you got a Buccaneer, I'm interested. So talk to me.
I started looking for Buccaneers just to flip to you. I was like, I want to make a trade. Somebody give me a buck.
They're not all going to hit every week, but I like to have a few in my arsenal. I'm pretty solid right now. Can't
hurt. All right, let's start going down some of these just absolute beatdowns. And let's start with veteran Kelly.
All right.
Vetter's Cimmerian anvils of Crom and Kelly's redeemed D's nuts.
At least we don't have to say Los Ingobernables anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, not that I ever was able to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever successfully said it, but yeah, rough week for Kelly. This is another one where I think at one point it looked like Kelly was going to win, but then Vetter, who put him over the top? Vetter got 22 out of Kelsey, 22 out of Joe Mixon, and 34 out of Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is one to watch, man. Jalen Hurts, that's somebody that might be the steal of the draft.
Who has Zach Ertz? Because I would love to see a Hurts-Ertz combo.
I don't know if anybody has
that. No, he's a free agent.
For real?
Yeah.
Vetter, you should get Zach Ertz. Telling you, homie.
Yeah, sit Travis Kelsey for the week you play me. And start Zach Ertz instead.
You don't have to play him.
Do that.
Just have him on your team.
No, you do. The week you play me. 138 to 103. 138.
And really, that blowout, 35 points, that's just cute. That's quaint.
Yeah.
That's downright adorable.
I know. Like, that one, that feels like a close game based on the rest of the competitions this week. Like, it was wild. Kelly had 103 points. Isn't that bad? He only got 1 point out of his kicker. And he, went after this kicker, so he's probably a little disappointed there.
Yeah, what he loved, what's his name, Blankenship last year.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't pick him up again.
Was he just too slow?
He went out of his way and was like, I remember this guy from last year. I'm getting him. Is it Gano? Who's the kicker for the Giants?
The Giants, yeah. Graham Gano.
Yeah, so.
Fuck! Sorry. Redskins went for it.
Pick up the, yeah.
Yeah, Redskins went for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
We got it. Sorry, not Redskins. Washington football team.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
The R words.
You mean the Washington racial slurs?
The R words. The R words.
We're going to need an R-word jar.
CD Lamb coming through for Kelly with 19.5. A guy he drafted only because he had a funny name.
Now, we had this discussion in our home on Sunday while watching NFL Sunday Ticket. 6 hours of commercial-free football. Mary thinks my CD Lamb joke is racist.
What is your CD
It's
Lamb
just my,
joke?
CD Lamb, CD Horse, CD Cow.
No.
I mean,
Oh, wait a minute.
Now, okay. The genesis of it is the Puerto Rican judo joke. Like that's the rhythm of it. You don't know if I got a gun, you don't know if I got a knife. But CeeDee Lamb is not Hispanic, and the voice is not related. The joke is not related to race at all. It's just the stupid funny voice.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think it's a stretch to call it a racist joke. I think you're probably fine. I don't think you'd get successfully canceled.
But
You'd get like 2 or 3 mean tweets, but you'd be all right.
She also cringes when I say young blood in that voice. You know, young blood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little cultural appropriation, but how else are you supposed to say young blood?
Exactly the way you say it.
Exactly.
So, one thing Kelly needs to look out for is Lamar Jackson, who's kind of regressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, didn't Kelly unload Lamar Jackson, or did he trade for him last year?
He traded for Lamar Jackson, I do believe.
Which
somebody unloaded Lamar Jackson.
Which doing it last year made sense coming off the year he had before. So looking at him this year, it's just something to keep an eye on, his progression, or his regression, I should say.
I mean, how's Kelly doing as far as backup goes? Oh, Matt Ryan, who got him 6 points. So, hey, Kelly, if a few weeks in the Lamar Jackson experiment isn't working out for you, there's plenty of eligible quarterback bachelors out there that'll get you 25 points easily.
That is right. Yeah, Kelly's got a pretty great couple of quarterbacks in 2019. He's really stacked if he can just get this time machine working. But yeah, like we said, 138 to 103, and it felt like a close game because this week was just a madhouse. So let's go from here down to Jose and Tad.
All right.
Cammed if you do, cammed if you don't, to Tad's Boimler effects. Boimler effects?
We learned that is a reference to the Star Trek Lower Decks animated series on Paramount Plus.
Sounds like a card game.
Yeah, it sounds like some real Dungeons and Dragons shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one that feels like a close game.
Kind of quaint.
Really not all that close. Jose pulls out the win with 119 to 99.5. One of the few, well, I guess not few, but didn't crack 100. How many of these teams didn't crack 100? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 teams. So a third of the league couldn't quite make it. Tad was just there on the line.
Big game from Thielen and from Matt Stafford.
From Thielen.
For Jose there. He started the Browns against Kansas City, which was an oversight on his part.
Yeah, 0 points for that.
Yeah, he said he realized it too late.
They were projected for 2.9. Got 0.
He didn't have a backup defense, so.
No, he did not.
No, but also Jose does this thing that I think he maybe doesn't think we notice, or maybe he knows and he does it on purpose. I don't know, but he will like set his lineup with like bad players or like low projected players, and then like right before they play, swap them all out for like his real he's too quick. Like you can't keep up with him. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing when he does it.
Yeah, that'll burn you because you get one distraction or something happens at home and you forget and you're fucked.
The app is down. You got half your bench players in there and none of your Thielen scoring 25 on your bench.
You end up starting the Browns defense against Kansas City.
Yeah, exactly. He's lucky he came away with a 0.
That Kansas City Cleveland game was kind of wild.
It was fucking nuts.
No one expected it to be that close.
And then Cleveland the game and gave it away to Kansas City at the end there.
Unbelievable. So, yeah, solid week for them. He's got his wide receivers are pulling through for him. He's got Metcalf and Keenan Allen, 14 and 14.5 out of them. And, outside of that, he got 11 out of Eckler, which is pretty
played.
Good.
Yeah, because he till the last minute they weren't sure if he was going to play or not. So squeezed him in there.
And the story for Jose is he's got his 30 points out of Matt Stafford and 38 points out of Jameis Winston on his bench. So Kelly, you maybe want to start knocking on this door.
Well, I mean,
Your
once we get
quarterback.
to the week 2 preview, we'll see which one of these quarterbacks Jose's going to hold on to.
We'll see. Probably, who knows? Maybe he'll draft a third or a fourth. You never know. Meanwhile, Tad over there with the always never disappointing, always exciting Saquon Barkley, getting him a whole 2.5 points.
Saquon Barkley has at least 4 points in today's game. It's not even out the first quarter. So,
well, we'll see. We'll see what he does. He's
Was
one of
he-
those guys that you want so much, and I feel like he's just so often gets so little.
You want
Well,
the best
what-
for
what-
him.
with guys like that coming off the injury he came off of, you never know what you're going to get.
Yep.
That's why he was. I mean, I understand why he picked them where he picked them, because he kind of like fell to him, sort of. He
Yeah.
was the best value at where he picked, but you're a little weary when you pick him too. Also, Tad's a Giants fan too, so I know that was a bit of a homer pick on his end as well.
Yeah.
I was hanging out
Well,
with
he's
Jose.
got Barkley and Odell Beckham, so
Odell Beckham on his bench, rightfully so.
And will be on his bench this week too, because he's already been ruled out for this week's
Yeah.
game.
Yep. So
I mean, unless you
solid
want to
week
start him,
for
Tad, you can absolutely start him if you want to. I mean,
Yeah, run with it. His top performer was his tight end, T.J. Hawkinson, with 21. He got 15 points out of goddamn Hollywood Brown. So go figure.
I was
19 and a half out of Cooper Cup.
I was hanging out with Jose, and at one point, just apropos of nothing, he's like, "Does Tad even watch football?"
I think so.
he does.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, yeah, he's a Giants fan. Remember last year he was watching that one Cardinals game where dude went down after he jinxed him.
Oh, yeah. That was wild. The most exciting player on Tad's team is Leonard Fournette, who I'm waiting to see how nice can get him to trade him to him.
Tad is not going to trade with me.
Tad doesn't trade with anybody.
Yeah, has Tad ever
I've
traded?
traded with Tad.
Well, la-di-da.
You got that Giants connection.
I've traded with Tad. There's maybe like one or two
When?
people. I've
In
never met.
2017?
Maybe
It might have been last year or the year before. It was within the last 2 seasons.
who knows? Maybe
Wow.
he's listening to this and he doesn't realize that I am responsible for his Kickstarter getting completely funded. So come on, Tad. What's up? What's up with Leonard Fournette? You want Ronald
Bragging on-
Jones?
No, don't trade another buck for a buck. Like,
No, I would rather have Fournette. Ronald
but
Jones
you
is my rebound.
You're never going to get an entire roster full of Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh my God! Throw the fucking ball.
If you keep holding on to them.
I don't want
you know,
all
you have
of
to hold
them.
it that
I
whole
want
time.
the best of them.
I think you should get all of them, like Thanos. All right, let's check out another team here. Let's go to. I want to save the best for last. So let's look at Juan and Goat. And goddamn, Juan putting the hurt on Goat, 121 to 82.
Whew.
Oof. This one was over real early.
Real early.
Like, Goat didn't
Once-
have to check his fantasy app.
Once you saw Aaron Rodgers with a whole 1 point.
1 point,
That was a wrap.
7.5 for Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Like, nope, all done.
And Rodgers
over.
just playing and looking like shit.
Yeah. He right now at this stage in his life looks like he will be like he looks like you'd pull up to a gas station and he would tell you where the haunted river is.
He might as well have started Deshaun Watson, who's on his bench.
Let's see. Oh yeah, he got him 0. So yeah. Wouldn't have been too bad.
It wouldn't have hurt as much.
I don't know, man. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't pull it together, Goat might have himself a difficult time.
Does he have a backup? Oh, he does have Deshaun Watson. Oh my God. Get one quarterback that is playing, Goat, please.
Correction here. Zach Ertz has been drafted, and he's on Juan's team.
Nice.
Are they do that right now?
No. He's on the bench.
Wild. So Juan over there, he's got no quarterback problem. He's got Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
His number 1 overall pick, Alvin Kamara, putting up 15.5. Russell Wilson gave him 34.
Controversial number 1 over pick.
Yeah.
Number 1 over
I mean, not like there's no issues with taking Kamara number 1. I think if you take any of the top 3 ranked guys with number 1, it's understandable.
It's
right?
a real.
So if you had taken Kamara or Dalvin Cook, or McCaffrey, you can't argue any of those.
Kamara is a very interesting pick for Juan, which I'm sure he made completely on his own.
I'm sure no counsel whatsoever.
He studied. He'd read, draft reports. He watched preseason football, and he made a very, very educated decision.
Or maybe it's just he's his favorite chipmunk.
Love it. So between Kamara and Russell Wilson and Zach Ertz, Juan has some pretty exciting players on his team. He has longtime Pop Fantasy Football favorite Kenyon Drake.
Bless
He's
you.
on Juan's team, hanging out on his bench. And he has anti-vax, anti-max nut job, Cole Beasley.
Oh,
Cole Beasley, who has made himself such an embarrassment that he puts up 10 points this week.
Yeah.
No one cares because everybody's over on Twitter roasting the shit out of him. So I did not watch Cole Beasley's game this week, but what I could derive from the trending topics is that he had a couple of drops. And boy, oh boy, the people let him have it.
Can you see these, Mahoney? Do you want to read these?
I can see them. I
All
can
right.
read them. We got Zach Celedonia over here going, Cole Beasley was right. He ain't catching nothing. We got Impulse 2 Electric Boogaloo coming through with Cole Beasley dropped it like it was a vaccine attached to the ball. Craig Meyer, I assume that it was a personal decision from Cole Beasley not to hold on to that pass. Oof. Joshua Briscoe, another one. I guess Cole Beasley was right. He won't catch anything.
That was the I can't do anything till I have my coffee in the morning. That's the joke everybody had.
Yeah, everybody had that one chambered and ready. And then this Alex Kirshner checking in to say Steelers defenders not wanting to get anywhere near Cole Beasley. I absolutely get it. Like, nobody wants to touch that guy. Lousy with fleas, probably. Kate Holtzmer checking in. Vaccinating Cole Beasley against his will at halftime is exactly the shot in the arm this team needs.
Oh my God.
Hold him down. Fill him with chemicals. TJ Hernandez has a quote. Every Raven that has torn their ACL this year was wearing a helmet. I will not be wearing a helmet this week. Cole Beasley, probably.
I like that one. That one's a thinker.
You take the logic, you extend it out to other situations, and that's where you find yourself. And what else? Do we have any others?
Yeah.
Yes. The vaccinated Sean Kent. Cole Beasley can't tell you why he dropped that pass because of HIPAA.
Then I think this is the last one.
Oh, is this the last one? Yeah. Nate Mendelson checking in with if only Beasley got the shot and became magnetic.
Holy shit.
Just an endless sea of tweets making fun of Cole Beasley.
And well deserved.
A dipshit. Yeah.
You have to assume he's probably on the down low already gotten the vaccine since he's yeah, because what would you rather do? Get the vaccine or get fucking tested every day, every practice?
Well, let me tell you a Cole Beasley story that happened this week. He was doing his pregame practice out on the field barefoot. So,
oh God,
dude seems like an absolute lunatic. I think maybe he's getting tested. Imagine walking through the halls of a football stadium barefoot.
oh my God.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I see people
That's
walking.
that's how COVID 2021 starts.
Yeah, like
I
the
see
grass, whatever. I'm sure it's fine, but the fucking stadium hallway, like, ugh.
I see people walking around our neighborhood, walking their dogs shoeless.
Yeah, I bet they're not vaccinated either.
Goddamn dirty foots.
They better get a tetanus shot.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna lose a toe.
You know what they
All
need,
right,
Mahoney?
so-
You know what they need?
What do they need?
Good pair of flip-flops.
No, that's not gonna help anything.
No, nobody needs flip-flops.
No,
Tito
thank
is
you.
anti-flip-flop too. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Very
the-
much so.
Come
the
on.
worst.
You should not show. No grown men should ever show their toes.
What do you mean?
Not for free.
I'm at home. I'm at home. I can show my goddamn toes.
At home, perfectly fine. In public, unacceptable.
No.
Well, so Tito is okay with your home flip-flops, nice. But when you take off your home flip-flops and put out your going-out flip-flops, then he's got a problem.
No. I have my in-the-house flip-flops, and I have my picking up dog shit flip-flops that don't come in the house. And, okay, my in-the-house
What did I say?
You said
You're in home.
going
and outdoor.
out flip-flops. I don't go out unless it's like a drive-through in flip-flops.
like he wears a suit and a pair of flip-flops like his pants was.
I'm not walking around at Target like a psychopath in flip-flops.
He'd kick him off at the door.
Not
Walk around
to
barefoot.
go on a fucking flip-flop rant here, but I've seen people in flip-flops walking around like Epcot. How?
The worst idea in the world. Like, it's like, what kind of shoe could I wear that will offer me no
Yeah,
support?
you're
and
doing
just be
yourself
miserable?
zero favors.
Yeah.
It's
I
wild.
don't get it. I don't get it. All right, let's go to my game.
Yeah.
Because I tied for the highest score of the week with 153. Remember last year when I started 0-6? Not this year. Not this year.
There he
Sorry,
is.
Matt.
Kyler Murray. That's the
53 to 81.5. I almost doubled his score.
yeah.
God damn.
Kyler Murray's a beast.
Kyler
and
Murray with 41.
Who would have thought that Christian McCaffrey would have a good game?
I
I
mean,
mean,
The number 5 pick in our draft.
go figure.
That Mahoney scammed his way into getting.
How did I didn't
Oh my
scam
God.
way into Christian McCaffrey?
You finessed your way into
He
it.
takes
Just
so-
throwing out, just throwing out
Live
all
on
these names.
air.
You were trying to be so sweet about it, like you were offering all this great advice, and it was
was
just
great advice.
so that McCaffrey can drop slowly to you.
Listen,
I'm watching this
I-
in real time, and I'm looking at my computer, and I'm just shaking my head, and I'm like, "This motherfucker is gonna get McCaffrey, isn't he?"
Whatever, man. I didn't do shit, okay? And I didn't do any finessing when Mary was like Justin Jefferson at number 4 in all of 3 seconds, okay? Like, I didn't have anything to do with that. So, when he dropped to me at 5, what am I supposed to do? I can't let him go to Jose at 6. I
It's
can't let him
true.
go to Jose at 6. I gotta take him.
Mahoney takes so much offense when you use any sort of language like finessed, scammed,
I
weaseled.
didn't scam anyone.
Manipulated.
No, ridiculous. I'll tell you what, I have some high hopes for my team. I'm enjoying this first week. I got a lot of the people I was after, and they all performed for me, and I'm feeling real good. So,
How long you think you'll start 2 Tennessee wideouts at the same time?
only as long as I have to. I don't like that. I didn't like it at the draft, but at the point when I picked up Julio Jones, I was looking at everybody else, and I was like, I can't pass him up because everybody else on the board at that point just didn't give me the value that he gave me. So, like, I don't want to have 2 Tennessee wideouts, but I definitely didn't want to sacrifice value just for, like, diversity and
Gotcha.
have multiple teams. Like, I'd rather have 2 Tennessee wideouts and then find someone who needs a wideout and make a trade. You know what I mean? Like,
You
I
got
don't wanna...
you got Debo on your bench with 26 points.
I know. I did not have a lot of faith in Debo, and he set me straight. So we'll see
Well,
how he
fucking Ayuk wasn't catching any passes, so somebody on that team had to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I got him. I got Myers from New England, who Aguilar had a great game, but really it was just whichever one of them catches the touchdown. So we'll see how that plays out. And then I picked up what's his face, Cortland Sutton, who Nice dropped. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll figure it out. But yeah, great week for me. I got 41 out of Kyler Murray. I got 21.5 out of Christian McCaffrey. 14.5 out of Darrell Henderson Jr., who I was pretty worried about because they weren't even sure if he was going to be like the number one running back. So great week out of him. 21 for Darren Waller. Like, I remember grabbing him and everybody being like, "You're already getting a tight end." Yeah, he gave me 21 points.
Yeah, on Shark's side, he has to keep an eye on Ezekiel Elliott, whose downward trend from last year is continuing.
Yep.
I thought maybe with Prescott back, he might have a bit of a better game, a bit of a better showing, but 4 points only this week for him.
Yeah. That's a bit concerning, but 25 for him out of Trevor Lawrence. So that was good.
It's going to be interesting to see when he puts Burrow in. I'm surprised he didn't start Burrow week 1, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So this is the thing. A lot of the people in our league find themselves in this situation, and I personally do not understand it. You got Trevor Lawrence, you got Joe Burrow. One scored 25, one scored 22, one projected for 19.3, one projected for 18.4.
Yes, motherfucker, yes! Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Does he score? He must.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
watch this. Watch what he does. Watch what my boy does.
What's he going to do? Nothing. They cut away from him. I'm still watching.
What do you see? Oh, fuck off!
He's just walking.
Fuck off!
Flag. Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh, no.
Oh, they're so mad.
God, he looks so slow, but he's got long-ass legs.
That's not a hold. What a shit call.
I mean, kind of looks like a hold.
No, he's not holding. He's pushing. He had no chance at him.
His whole jersey's bunched up in his hand.
That was a shit call.
Oh, well. So, anyways, he's got Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow, who are essentially the same person. So how are you going to pick week over week which one of these quarterbacks you want to start? You're like flipping a coin.
Well, it's Shark, so you would think we kind of talked him down from playing too many of his Bengals players during the draft. So maybe that's why it worked out for him. 3 more points.
He's going to start soon. He's going to start Burrow and Chase within the next week or two. He's going to put them in there, and those are going to be his two guys. Unless Lawrence really lights it up, those are going to be his two guys going forward.
Yeah.
Now that he traded Evans,
Burrow and 18.5 for Chase, like hell yeah.
Yeah.
So he traded Evans away, so that frees up a slot for Chase to fill.
Yeah.
The problem with Trevor Lawrence is he's on Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like that you say it worked out for him, Nice, when he scored 81.5 points and lost by 70-something
Well,
points.
between Lawrence and Burrow, it worked out.
Yeah, fair. It all worked out. So, poor Matt. I've been there. It's no fun to have your week 1 just be a beatdown like that. But it could have been worse, Matt. You could have been Mel. You could have been Mel who ran into Nyes.
The reigning champion, Mel.
An absolute monster. Yeah. Reigning champion Mel putting up 70.5 points against Nyes' 153, tied with me, except that I used my whole roster to score 153 points, and Nyes put up two negatives. -1 out of Ronald Jones III, and -3 out of his Bucs defense. So, Nyes, you scored 153 points by spotting them 4.
Yeah, and do you see who those 2 negatives are? What team are they on?
To your Bucs.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
That's odd.
So.
Go figure. So, yeah, I mean, you could have put up a couple more negatives and still just beat the shit out of Mel.
Right.
Yeah. So Mel fell victim to one Aaron Jones, his first-round pick, only getting him 2 points.
Yeah.
If you started a Packer last week, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And Mostert.
Yep. Injured very early in that game, who's now out for the season.
Oof.
I think after 2 years in a row, if you draft Mostert next year, you're just basically asking for it. Right? Like, he's always hurt. He's always hurt. So, who cares? Leave him down on the board and let somebody else deal with him. Like me. This is where Tito would accuse me of finessing. But yeah, there's Nyes over there with his Tampa Bay Gotham Knights. Or Gotham Rogues. 35 points out of Tom Brady, 20 points out of Nick Chubb, 30.5 points out of Tyreek Hill, 24 points out of Tyler Lockett, 25 points out of Rob Gronkowski, 15.5 out of Josh Jacobs.
And I didn't even need that out of Josh Jacobs. I was already 50 points ahead by that time.
You didn't need half of these.
Yeah.
Like, when you get 15.5 points out of your flex player and you're like, oh, I mean, that's not really all that great compared to everybody else. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a 1-2 wide receiver punch like Tyreek Hill and Tyler Lockett. I mean, that could obviously change week to week, but that's wild.
The one thing with Lockett is who he has on the other side of him, which is Metcalf. So there's going to be games where Metcalf's going to go off and he might not get as much. But usually when they have a good offensive game, both of them are doing decent. Like even Lockett had 24, Metcalf had 14, I believe. So, I mean, it's not that far off. You're still getting good production or good value out of both of them.
Good thing I got a couple more wide
I personally
receivers.
value Lockett a little bit ahead of Metcalf. I know Jose likes Metcalf a hell of a lot better. But as a pure receiver, I think I like Lockett a little more. Just a tad more.
Yeah, I definitely took some moments late Sunday and into Monday where I just kind of looked at the score, looked at my roster, and was just proud. Like a father.
Yeah.
I mean, week one's always tough, so what a way to get things going.
Sometimes week 1 through 6 are tough.
Yeah. I'm happy with
not this year.
All right. Well,
all right.
Yes, sir.
Nope. I was going to do exactly
you
what
were
you
throwing
were
to
doing.
me?
Yep.
Yeah. So now that we've gone through the week 1 recap, Tito has the week 1 standings. Let's see here. Right there.
All right, week 1. So you're either 1-0 or 0-1. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in the Butthole Banditos division. Yeah, but by the way, these new division names, yeah.
Thank you, Lee Rodriguez.
You got Juan and Mary both at 1-0, while Goat and myself stand at 0-1. In the Trouser Seeds division, Mahoney and Vetter are 1-0, while Kelly and Matt are 0-1. Don't make it weird. That's a division name.
Too late.
Nyes and Jose, the 11th hour, are 1-0.
Oh.
And Tad and our defending champ, Mel, are 0-1. So if you look at our overall ranking so far, you got Mahoney standing at number 1 with Nyes at number 2. There.
Yeah, it's pretty wild that we both scored exactly 153 points, but I just edged him out on the waiver wire ever so slightly. Was it
the points against because Mel scored less points? So.
Oh yeah. Interesting. Either way, bottom of that waiver list this week.
That's fine.
Still got some picks out of it.
Didn't even make one. Didn't even need it.
Hey, it's still anyone's season. Week 1.
That's right.
Week 1 doesn't mean anything. This is going to be a completely different league in 5 weeks, let alone by the end of the season.
The only important thing to take away from week 1 and the scores of week 1, as you look at the rankings overall right here, is that Me, Nyes, Mary, Vetter. Then at number 5, Jose, which means he's out of the playoffs.
I mean,
That's all you can take away from it.
you know, Jose is a wild card, so
Yeah, 1-0, but sitting on that outside of the fence, just watching us play. So.
All right. Well, we got week 1 in the books. So, Mahoney, what can we expect for next week? Let's go to the week preview.
No.
ESPN site wants me to read about some tennis, but I am not interested. So let's look at week 2 instead. So this week, coming up for week 2, we've got myself up against Kelly, which I got to tell you, I'm not super excited about that. Kelly put up some good numbers last week, and I'm not feeling all that confident against Kelly. So I am projected to win at 113 to his 107, but that's way too close for comfort. And he's got 4 points from his kicker already. So
Graham Gano.
we'll see. We will see. Tito, you've drawn Juan.
Yep.
And shit. 115 projected for Juan and 113 projected for you.
Oof.
So that's about as close as it gets.
I just need some of these other. I need my running backs to come through. Really.
I don't know, dudes. Juan might go undefeated.
Honestly, he might. He's got a solid team. He had the number 1 overall pick. You should do pretty well when you get the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, I mean,
And he thought I was gonna shit on him for drafting Justin Fields. I'm not. I think that's a good pick, especially where he got him from. Justin Fields is gonna be starting by week 3 to 5, anywhere in that range. So I think that was a really good pick from him.
Well, the only thing I would say about that is that he's got Russell Wilson.
yeah, I mean,
So, sure, Justin Fields might be starting by week 3 or week 5, but what are you going to start him over Russell Wilson?
No.
I mean-
But it could be. I mean, not that one is a wheeler dealer type of owner here, but if he wanted to flip him, if he wanted to trade him, there you go.
I guess. My thing, I as a person who has received many a trade offer for someone's second quarterback, I'm like, I can go get a quarterback off the waiver wire right now.
Yeah, Mahoney right now does not have a backup quarterback on his team.
No, and I never will. I never will.
Wait.
The week that my quarterback has a bye is the week I'll have 2. If I need a quarterback, I'll just go pick one up. In my opinion, I have absolutely no value in your backup quarterback. So whenever people send me a trade request and they're like, haha, check it out, backup quarterback, I'm like, garbage. It's trash. You're sending me trash. I'm not interested in your garbage. Drop them to the waiver wire if you need to pick somebody up. Don't try to unload them on me.
Look at it this way, though, because Juan is a homer for the Chicago Bears, and he always picks at least a Bear, if not 2, every season. So why not get a couple? He's got Justin Fields, and he's got the Bears defense that are on his bench from we're looking at week 2. So he's got both Bears on his bench right now. And what better place for a Bear if you're going to have a Bear on your team than on the bench so that they can't do any damage?
Not a bad way to look at it.
You still get the hometown pride, but not the hometown fantasy scores.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. All right, Mary draws goat. Projected again. We'll call it 110 for goat, 108 for Mary. So close as can be.
Mary's
got
got 2
10.5
teams.
points already.
Yeah, she got 2 players going in the Washington defense and Kenny Galladay.
That Washington defense is looking great tonight. So by the end of this game, they'll probably be doing just fine. So last week, Nyes, you and I scored the number 1 top points in the whole league. Vetter scored the second most points in the league, and now Mel gets Vetter. So good luck, Mel.
Oh no!
Sucks to be you, Mel. No, not Mel. Matt gets Vetter. So that's no good. But on the bright side, Matt already has 13.5 points out of Terry McLaurin. So
Yeah, he scored a touchdown today.
yep. But he's still projected 101 to Vetter's 105. So We'll see. Another close one. Everybody's projected pretty close. Not as close as this next guy, though. Mel and Tad projected at 103.7 each.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. Maybe I need to refresh, but it showed.
I got my
It showed. Shit. No, you're right. 103.7. I need to refresh
I got one more
these.
answer. The both running backs are going. Barkley and Gibson for either team.
Yeah, and what'd you say about half an hour ago, Tito? That Barkley already had 4 points, and it was
And
only
now
the
he
first
has-
quarter?
And now he has 4.5.
4.5.
With a minute to go in the half. With a minute
Yep.
and 33 to go in the half.
You got a whole half point more in like 40-something minutes. So way to go. And nice, a battle of the blood brothers. You and Jose just beating on each other until one of you caves.
Yeah, we might have to do a full Sunday in the same room as we watch our teams go to battle.
That'd be a good time.
Usually,
114 projected for you to 100 and we'll call it 107 for Jose.
yeah, and who knows if he's still trying to do that, sub everybody in at the last minute trick or not. But then again, he doesn't have a whole lot of
I hope
options.
Because
Yeah, I was
he's
gonna
got
say,
a player playing right now. So
Yeah, he got Logan Thomas going right now.
Oh, I thought he started Zachary Ty Bryan.
one thing that Jose did this week that we didn't talk about that I found very exciting is that he picked up the Jets tight end with his last pick in the draft, and he made this really big deal about how the Jets tight end was going to be amazing, and I would never see this coming, and it was going to be the steal of the whole draft. And then this week he dropped the Jets tight end.
Yes, he did. Very
Picked up
quickly.
someone else.
Hey, sometimes you just need to see him for a week, and then it's kind of like, all right, move along.
I was like, recent transactions. Jose dropped the guy he just sung the praises of 4 days ago. I was like, okay, go figure.
Well, what are the chances of Winston's, throwing 5 touchdowns again? So, I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I would like to thank Shark, who I was able to catch early in the week and get in his ear and be like, hey, man, I want Evans. Let me know. And he was like, how about Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs had not played yet. He was also questionable, and he does not play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I said, you got a deal, buddy. So Mike Evans.
Matt had Josh Jacobs last year, so there's carryover.
Mike Evans starting in my flex for week 2. Let's see. He did not do well last week. It was nice because I was able to catch Evans on the low. Hopefully that is the low. And Jacobs had some value. He pulled in 15 points this week, so we'll see.
Sounds good. Pulling for you.
All right. So I think that's all of them, right? That's all the week 2 matchups?
That's it.
All right.
That's
Well,
it.
looking forward to week 2, but it's getting to be that time. So let's go to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
All right. Final thoughts from Commissioner Tito going into week 2.
right? It's week 2. Relax. We're still figuring everybody out. So you don't know who's gonna shine, who's gonna listen.
Mhm.
Winston scored through 5 touchdowns last week. We still don't know what he's gonna give this week. I'm sure Jose is really, really banking on that because he's gonna tout that he scored Winston late in the draft and stole him. So I'm sure he's hoping for that. But you don't know what you're gonna get. You have your standouts, you have your guys who are consistently there, but there's still a lot of question marks all around the league. No need to panic. And this is always my same a bit of advice at this time every year. No need to panic. That being said, you could do what Anais did. If you want to buy somebody on the low, this is the time to do it.
Yeah. If you had your eye on somebody in the draft and they got taken from you, make some deals. Because everybody's looking to improve their team, and what they might need is different than what you need. So there is deals to be had out there. I just noticed in the YouTube chat, Vetter asked if there's any flex advice for him. Let's see.
What Vetter has.
He's got Antonio Brown in flex right now. You know what? I'd say keep him there.
Yeah, I'd probably roll with him after last week.
I mean,
Yeah.
And he's going up against the Falcons?
I don't know if he has a better flex option than him right now.
and
I would go there. I would stay with Antonio Brown.
I like the non-committal of Brown at flex because, at any week, you don't know what this guy's going to do. So if you need to 1 week, you could take him out of the lineup if he
has to keep an eye. If I'm
incident.
better, I keep an eye on T. Higgins because if the connection is Burrow to Chase, Higgins is going to be the odd guy out. So Brown probably moves into that starting spot, and then he's going to have to look at somewhere on his bench for a flex. Fuck off.
I like it.
Yeah. I don't know why you're so mad at Vetter, but jeez.
How dare you ask my fantasy advice? All right, what do you think?
McKissick just scored a touchdown. Sorry.
What do you think, Mahoney, about week 2?
All right, my advice coming out of week 1 is that you should panic. You should fucking panic. Did you see the scores these teams put up? Did you put up 70 points? Fucking panic, okay? Hit the waiver wire, make some trades, panic and run, okay?
Yeah, see, I would kind of fall in between the two of you where don't panic because it is week 1, but also don't sleep on the waiver wire because there's fucking players out there that scored big in week 1. And there's going to be in week 2, too. So sometimes you got to take that risk.
Let me tell you something. Week 6 comes real fast, okay? 0-1 right now. You're going to be 0-6 before you know it. You're going to have a shitty Christmas. Panic.
Panic, make trades with Mahoney.
Yeah. Come knocking.
I mean, shit, the way you played week 1, you might not be open to any trades.
I don't really have a lot of players that I'm like, I'd be willing to move these guys.
Who knows? Maybe Cortland Sutton next week.
Maybe.
And see, don't be like me where you make some waiver moves and then immediately see Mahoney and Tito fighting over a dude you dropped and then regret it because you're like, oh, fuck, what did I do? You can't just keep players on your team because you don't want them to go to another team and be successful.
Nope.
Like I was telling Nice, he was a better fit for me, Mahoney, than he was for him.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That's the other thing, is sometimes what you need is not what someone else needs. So it makes perfect sense for you to drop Cortland Sutton. And it makes perfect sense for Tito and I to be interested in Cortland Sutton. So, there's no shame in it. There's no, oh, man, I can't believe you fucked up. Now, there's been times when people will drop, defenses or kickers or something. It's like, are you out of your mind? But, this wasn't one of them.
Well, good luck, everybody, for week 2. Let's wrap things up. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Panels on Pages on YouTube at youtube.com/panelsonpages, where you can watch Pop Fantasy Football live every week and chat with us in real time, just like Vetter did, and only Vetter. We appreciate you, Vetter. And you got some flex advice out of it. Good job. Make sure to listen to the Panels on Pages podcast live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. And you can download Pop Fantasy Football on your favorite podcast app. Please leave us a review if your app does that. Share us with friends, whatever you can do to help out the cast. And also, you know what? We do broadcast on YouTube, and recently we subscribed to Google Meet Professional or whatever the hell that's called, and that's going to be costing us $10 a month just to bring you better audio quality than that bunk-ass Discord voice channel. So if you can help out Pop Fantasy Football or the Panels on Pages podcast, hit us up with a super chat or, I don't know, do we still have our PayPal link anywhere? Or I don't fucking know. Share it with a friend. Tell somebody.
Almost hoodie season.
Yeah. Oh, yes, exactly. Thank
Yes.
you for bringing that up. If you want to help support Pop Fantasy Football and Panels on Pages, go to merch.panelsonpages.com. We have all kinds of great pop designs and some very cool Pop Fantasy Football designs. T-shirts, mugs, phone cases, blankets, whatever the fuck you want. We got it in some really ridiculous Panels on Pages and Pop Fantasy Football designs. And you could also join the Discord, the Pop Discord at discord.panelsonpages.com, and get involved in the discussion in the Pop Fantasy Football channel. You don't have to be in the league, because fucking J-Pop's not in the Pop Fantasy Football League, but he's in there. He knows what's going on. He listens. He follows it. But if you are listening to this and you are in the league, better watch your ass, because he's coming for your spot. Better watch your ass. You also
better watch your ass, because fucking panic.
Yeah.
You 0-1, you're going to be 0-6 next week.
As always.
0-2. Don't do it.
As always, we'll leave you with a quote from the great Vince Lombardi. And this week the quote is, "I live, I laugh, I love football." For Tito Cruz, Dan Mahoney, and the absent Jose Guzman, and myself, Jason Nyes, thanks for joining us for Pop Fantasy Football 2021 Week 1 recap. Good luck to everyone in this league and beyond, and we will see you next week.
ESPN, the global leader in sports. The whole thing's fucked.